What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please subscribe if you haven't already. So, if I had one wish, it definitely would be for Kawhi Leonard to stay healthy. Because we all know if Kawhi Leonard stays healthy, the Clippers really can make a push for the title. And as much as they talk about the Lakers, whether they're losing or winning, the Clippers really deserve to get a little bit more shine. And the only way we know it's ever going to happen is if they can make a run in the postseason. And that's only going to happen if Kawhi Leonard stays healthy. They're only going to go as far as Kawhi can take them. And as much people, doubters, Stephen A. Smith, a lot of naysayers out there have said about Kawhi being done. He's not a top 10 player. He's a low management king. He doesn't ever want to play. He gets hurt. I don't believe in his health. I don't believe in Kawhi Leonard, and try to dismiss everything, all the great accomplishments this man has had in the NBA up in his career to this point. It just really looks so bad because it's like Kawhi is a great player and one of the great players in the NBA. And I feel like a lot of people try to diminish how great he is and the greatness he's already displayed. A lot of players don't even reach the heights he's already reached. And they get praised a lot more. You hear Stephen A. Smith go in there and have sympathy for somebody like Paul George, who's never won a championship, never been to a finals, never even got that far, never even been that type player. But he'll sit there and dismiss and talk bad about somebody like Kawhi Leonard, who's been a champion, who's up there with the greats, who's respected as one of the greats, and who's a top 75 player. You know what I mean? It's crazy how the media can paint a picture about a guy just because they don't like what he does or the way he does it. And it's just all the hate that's came towards Kawhi in his career ever since the latter stages of being in San Antonio. It's crazy how much hatred he's got and disrespect, and he's succeeded it by being great through all of it, which is amazing. But they still find ways to try to knock him down, and he still finds ways to keep coming back after injury after injury. A lot of people probably said he was done after this last injury, and they didn't think he'd be anywhere near what he is showing now. And Kawhi is looking dominant. He's looking great. He's looking in full form. And every injury he's had, he's came back from it with the mindset of dominance. And he's looked good after every injury. And that amazes me because it's hard to come back from injuries, especially the ones he's had. ACL, the thigh injury he had, just all the injuries he's had and suffered, even just with the Clippers alone. I mean, not counting his whole career, but just with the Clippers alone. And he's came back every time and showed dominance and looked like his old self every single time. And I feel like we got to give him credit for that. But I feel like the ultimate credit he's only going to get is if he can find a way to get this team at least to a finals. If he gets the Clippers at least to a finals, that says that's going to take a lot of weight off of him as far as what the naysayers say about him. Because it's like no other player in Clippers history has gotten them to the finals that we know of anyway. Maybe in the 50s or something like that, but not even then from what I know of. So my point is, he'll be doing something no other player has done, at least getting them there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough road. It's hard. It's not easy. We know it's hard to get to a championship. It's damn sure hard to win one. But if Kawhi can stay healthy, the NBA world would be different. It really would. If Kawhi could have stayed healthy all these years where he's been not healthy, the Clippers would have probably won a championship by now. And he would be looked at, maybe revered a whole lot differently to some. But the ones out there that are real know how great Kawhi is. They know how great of a player he has been throughout his career. And they know his impact on a game is different than any other player's impact that's playing. And to me, the Clippers are a really good team that's going under the radar. They get talked about very little, and I feel like it's really a bad gesture that ESPN, a lot of these media broadcasters keep talking about all the other teams except them, or really they just talk about the Lakers. Especially if you watch ESPN, they just talk about the Lakers, and that's pretty much it. But it's like they don't even talk about Cleveland, how they've won damn near 60. I mean, a lot of their games. They don't talk about the OKC Thunder as much. And it's like Charles Barkley even said that. You talk about the Lakers and certain teams, and there's other teams that's been playing good as well. There's other players in the league that's great as well, besides LeBron James and Luka Doncic. I mean, look at what Jokic is doing. You know what I mean? It's a lot of talent out there. You don't have to just talk about one team, but ESPN specifically and some others just specifically talk about certain teams. It's almost like no other team in the league has an opportunity to do well or have great players on it. And that's the point. The Clippers have been playing very well. Kawhi is looking great again. And if he can stay healthy, they're probably the most scariest team in the NBA right now. The way they took down the Cavaliers a few weeks ago, I mean, basically just took them apart. Even though the Cavaliers started out strong, but Kawhi showed that I'm the best player on the floor when there are other great players on the floor. I'm the best one, and I'm the one that stands out the most. And that's what I'm saying about Kawhi. He steps up in big moments when you need him to. And that's what should define his greatness. Not him missing time because of injuries, or whether somebody has an opinion about his load management tactics, which is not even a tactic because he's really actually hurt. And it just looks like that because it's always going to be personified that way because he came from San Antonio with Greg Popovich. That's not his fault. That's where his NBA career started. That's where he played. That's where he dominated. He even won a championship there. He went to 2 NBA finals. They lost one, won one. So, I mean, call it what you want, but it is what it is. So, the people that said Kawhi was done after this last surgery and the Team USA thing, he's finished, he's washed, all these things, keep talking. And I really hope Kawhi proves every naysayer wrong and puts the Clippers over the top. And then you can say what you want. But his greatness has already showed throughout the years he's been in the NBA. But if he actually gets the Clippers, uplifts them to a championship or get them to the finals or win one with them, he's got to be a top 10 player of all time.